everybody, and welcome to the show. I am your host, Suzanne Monk. This is the one and only Periscope live news Trumpcast, all about one Donald J. Trump. And as always, the news has been crazy. Hi, Ronald. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. If you've been paying attention to the mainstream media at all, you pretty much have wanted to pull your hair out because they're on some crazy anti-Trump frenzy. You also probably have had a hard time resisting yelling out "Con!" because, as we know, Mr. Trump has been in a little bit of a feud with Mr. Trump and, of course, the Gold Star father, Mr. Khan, whose son was killed in the Iraq War. What's really fascinating about this is that Mr. Trump released a statement that has the entire transcript of the interview, and I invite you to take a reading of it. As you will see, he really said nothing negative. I mean, he said very positive things. He was very complimentary to a man who basically told Donald Trump he's never read the Constitution before, and he had absolutely no idea how to run a country, and he had no empathy. I mean, it was just a hit piece, one after the other. Mr. Trump's main response was that he wishes the best for him, and he honors all of our Gold Star families. So when pressed, Mr. Trump did, in fact, respond to Mr. Khan's comment that Donald Trump has made no sacrifices in his life. And he didn't even try to answer the question the first time. It had to be asked twice. George pushed twice. It's one of those naggy little gotcha questions, so they get their little soundbite, and then they play it over and over. Look what Trump said, look what Trump said, look what Trump said. So Mr. Trump has put out, and I will put it on the page, a press release that shows exactly what he said, and you can read for yourself. Interestingly enough, what you'll find out if you also start doing a little bit of research, Mr. Khan is a Sharia law expert, has written a book highly praising one of the founding members of the Muslim Brotherhood, and in fact has other ties to radical organizations, radical Islamic organizations. So not only is it distracting, disturbing even that the DNC, that's cute, not is it only is it distracting that the DNC would actually put up such a emotional person in this way and use them to hit the other person. But it's politics, that's fine. But worse, that this person, again and again, we find people involved with this administration or involved with the Democrats who have ties to Islamic extremist groups overseas. Yes, exactly. Always Trump. Always Trump. And this is one of the reasons. Because the Democrats are delusional about radical Islamic terror. They won't say it. It's in their midst. Look, either they're delusional and they're completely ignorant, or they're collusional. They're colluding to bring down America. I don't know which it is, but why else would there be so many Sharia experts speaking at the DNC convention? Why Huma Abedin, Iranian? Why are there all of these people? I'm just saying ask. Ask the questions. They're good questions to ask. So, this con situation, hopefully it'll wear off. Right now, the next best likely story to come up is what I'm going to call Debategate. As we all know, Hillary Clinton likes to rig the debates so that they are playing opposite things like events, NFL games. So of the three debates, two of them are up against NFL games. Now, the DNC said that they, of course, have been working on the schedule for 18 months. And as we all know, football schedules football is on the same nights, like almost all the time. So, yeah, it's not really that hard to figure this out. But as we know, this is how they rigged the election for Bernie. This is how they rigged the debates against Bernie, so less and less people would see the debates. Her hope is that white males will want to watch football and they won't want to watch the debates. What I find funny is that she thinks that if they, even if they don't watch, that's going to help her in the vote. because nobody wants to watch her get her butt handed to her by Donald Trump on TV because there's a ball game on, doesn't mean they're not going to show up in November and vote. Although, now that I think about it, watching her get her butt handed to her on national TV, I, I would actually TiVo the game and just not let everybody tell me anything about the score. That's what I would do. But, well, I know y'all want to keep saying that, but see, Donald Trump didn't say anything to the NFL. There's not this whole, like, conspiracy where Donald Trump's trying to manipulate the NFL. He sent out a tweet that said, hey, of these debates, 2 of them are NFL games. This is kind of messed up. And then he looked into not having it that way because he wants more people to see the debate. See, to what end? You always got to ask yourself, why would somebody do something? You can't just say, oh, people are doing crazy things. Why would somebody? To what end would Donald Trump try to have the debates changed to another night? Oh, I know. So more people would watch them. So it makes no sense that he would be lying about the debates to manipulate the NFL. The NFL has no decision on it. Okay? The NFL has no decision on when the debates are. They have decision when the games are. They're not changing the games. So it makes no sense. It's just somebody in the media quoted somebody at the NFL saying something, and they pit him against. Remember when Trump was fighting the Pope, and then it all came down that the Pope really didn't say anything that bad, and Trump didn't say anything that bad either. Do you remember that? You know what that was caused by? The media. The same people who were causing this situation. But y'all just keep buying into it over and over and over. That's why we do this show. So that people who are trying to get real Trump information aren't bogged down by your crap information and all the anti-Trump media. Exactly. All the anti-Trump media. Because all the media is anti-Trump. Google, the search engines. It's ridiculous. We have to make our own news. So, let's talk a little bit about this. Warren Buffett. It's exactly what I'm talking about. Warren Buffett has decided he's against Trump, okay? And he's going to come out and spend a bunch of money to try for a get out the vote effort for Hillary Clinton, which that sounds to me like trying to convince people to go to the cauliflower festival. You know, it doesn't sound exciting. She's not exciting the voters at all. No one is showing up to her rallies. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely. He really is. He has always been a Clinton lover. Buffett has. But this is what I'm saying, you guys. We need to be, and probably has bought her, we need to be the force that gets out the vote. If what they want to do is get out the vote, we need to get out the vote. So that means you got to talk to your friends, offer rides, make sure, let's carpool, you guys. Let's set up a Trump to the polls carpool, and we all go together. Whatever we need to do, we need to make sure as many people get to the polls. Talk to your friends. Talk to your friends who are on the fence. Talk to your friends who usually don't vote. Just, you know what? Talk to everybody. Make sure you get people out to the polls. Because we've got Warren Buffett spending money, and now they're going to do a bunch of little ads. But we have people, and we have voices. And Trump has millions of us. So, get out the vote. Now, one way, that's awesome. That's awesome. I live in Chicago, so very few people I know are voting Trump, and it gets a little depressing. But that doesn't mean I don't fight on. And you know what I find out? The more you come out, let me just make a point about this, because I've had a lot of this in my life where you have to, as I own a business, everyone says you got to keep your politics to yourself, and I tried very hard to do that, but people tried to out you. They try to out you and tell everybody you're going to vote for Trump. And so at some point you just go, yeah, I'm voting for Trump, and you just come out. Because what are you going to do? You're not going to live in fear, right? I'm not going to be terrorized by liberals who want to tell me that they're going to destroy me because they're going to reveal my Trump secret. I'm on Periscope every night, you guys, talking about Trump. So I don't know. That's a big secret, you know. Right? Exactly. So I just came out, you know, and let me just tell you, the more you come out, you will find that there are a lot of other people who are also for Trump, but they're afraid to mention it. They're afraid to talk about it. They're afraid to share that with their friends because of these crazy liberals. You see the ones, they come in. Yeah, so many closet Trump voters. They come in. You see them, they come in on the show. They tell us we're all racist. They tell us we're all evil. They ask us, how could you support a sexist because you're a woman? They do all this stuff. We know the haters. And so they've intimidated a lot of people into keeping them about who they're really going to vote for. Who's Trump? But they didn't. I can't be quiet because I think it's so important this year that we do something to rescue America. It's not just we're going to make America great again. It's we're going to save America from destruction. Because if Hillary Clinton's elected to this country, she's going to sell it to the highest bidder. So we have to save America from Hillary Clinton and make it great again. He did not say he was going to ban pornography. You guys are see, this is what I'm saying. This is the loops we constantly go through. He has decided to sign with an organization who is trying to keep pornography on the internet out of the hands and eyes of children by having libraries not have porn and other reasonable ideas. Why can you go to the library and watch porn? I don't want you watching porn next to the books. That's nasty. It's nasty. There's nothing irrational about that. He's not banning pornography. This is what I'm saying. It goes on, you guys. Let's talk about the Trump rallies real quick. There's a whole bunch of rallies, so I'm going to go through these really, really fast. You really do just read like the mainstream media. Like you are a talking point list. Like literally, I could just go down the Google News list, and you are just a little talking point list of every single one of them. But I do not have time to break it all down for you. You can go to the page, type in. At the end, I'll give you an email. We'll talk. I'll break all of that down while you're crazy, duped by the media, and how you're mistaken. Happily. But let me tell everybody where the rallies are. You know, because a lot of your questions would be answered if you listened less to the media and more actually to what the man says, because they take little snippets and they don't really tell you what he says. So here are several opportunities in the next 3 days to hear what the man says. And if you can't be there in person, you can, of course, watch them live streaming on rsbn.tv. Not going to be distracted with questions, giving the rallies. Or you can watch them after the fact at rsbn.tv. They do not pay me. That is where I find my stuff always, every time. It's easy to find. I don't have to worry about it. Boom, boom, boom. So I just tell you guys the best information on where to go. So Trump will be at Ashburn, Virginia at 11 a.m. on Tuesday. He will be in Daytona Beach, Florida at 3 p.m. on Wednesday. Daytona Beach, Florida, 3 p.m. Jacksonville, Florida, 7 p.m. On Thursday, Trump will be in Portland, Maine at 2 p.m. Those are all on DonaldJTrump.com/schedule. So you can look it up right there. If you guys aren't on DonaldJTrump.com, you're not clicking on press releases, you're not clicking on in the news, you're missing a lot of information that Trump is providing for you. So DonaldJTrump.com, it's not impossible, it's easy to remember. Everything you need to know. Mike Pence is doing several rallies as well. He'll be in Tucson, Arizona at 2 p.m., Phoenix, Arizona at 7 p.m., Denver, Colorado at 2 p.m., Colorado Springs at 6 p.m., and Virginia Beach on Thursday. I'm not sure the time on that. I obviously did not write that down, but it's on the schedule. We'll, of course, talk before then, so I will fill you in on whatever that time is. But a lot of different rallies. Let's not talk about that. You know what we should talk about? Let's talk about my Trump reason of the day. Trump reason of the day, and you know what, this is right along you guys want to talk about draft dodging and all this other stuff, and you want to talk about war and Trump. Let's talk about war and Trump. Donald Trump is going to reduce foreign involvement more than any other candidate running. Oh, what did they say? You anti-war, no more war, no more war, no more war, no more war. You remember those guys in the DNC? You remember no more war? Donald Trump is the no more war candidate. Hillary Clinton is more war, more war, more war. That is Hillary Clinton, okay? So if you want to end war, if you want to end foreign involvement, if you want to end nation building, if you want to end randomly invading other countries for the military-industrial complex and just continuing to be able to create military situations so that we can sell weapons and then go in and use more weapons and take more control, if you want to stop that, who you need to elect is Donald J. Trump. He hasn't said that. He hasn't said he's going to pull out. What he's saying is he's going to require other nations to live up to their agreements. He's going to make rational decisions. We can be the policemen of the world, but we can't literally occupy everywhere. He's not using the military force as an occupying force. He's using it as a means by which to keep ourselves and our allies safe, and they have to be kept safe by contributing. We are not the piggy bank and the military resource for the world. That is, in fact, what the world doesn't want. What the world doesn't want is America entirely financially and militarily responsible for the safety of the world. That is imperialism, which is everyone always complaining about. What Donald Trump is suggesting is, rather than imperialism, we have NATO actually pay the amount they're supposed to and contribute the amount of troops that they're supposed to. That we actually live up to these mutual agreements rather than this unilateral make America pay for everything attitude that we keep having. So, well, good for Estonia. So, you want to end war? That's my Trump reason of the day. Trump reason of the day. Less war under one Donald J. Trump. Now, all you haters are going to have to just deal with this because we're going to move on. It is about time. It is about time. Usually I do Trump Hotties of the day. And today I'm not going to do Trump Hotties. I am, sometimes some other things are hot. And at this point, one of my favorite things, of course, cake. Yeah, actually, Dictatorland, Hillary is the dictator you should be afraid of. You guys just watch Clinton Cash. I just don't even, she's going to sell you down the river. It's so sad. It's really sad. Let's look at the cake. This is my best of the Trump train. Sometimes we do Trump Hotties. Today I'm doing a best of the Trump train. And this is a delightful. This is my friend Christopher. It was his birthday. And his friends are awesome because, as you can see, they got him. They made him a Donald Trump cake. Here, we got a better picture of it. There we go. There we go. What a birthday cake. It literally is making, it's literally making cake great again. I mean, it's delicious. And happy birthday, Christopher. Happy birthday from all of us here at Trump Talk. Don't you want that for your birthday? Exactly. Yes, young Julius, we really like Trump. You know why? Because we really like America. Have you heard of this country right here? This great country? It's called America. It used to be a country where there was liberty and the rule of law, and our laws were enforced, and our politicians weren't bought and sold, and they didn't sell government favors from the Secretary of State's office, and they didn't keep us in perpetual wars in the Middle East they didn't lie. They didn't leave our soldiers undefended in foreign countries being attacked. They didn't lie to Gold Star mothers to their face and tell them it was a video when it wasn't. We didn't have this country. It has been great. It's been great for a long time, but it was greater before we had a bunch of corrupt, lying criminals on both sides of the aisle start setting up camp in Washington while they get richer and richer and richer and richer. So, y'all want to go ahead and send some more politicians so they can get rich, and you want to hate Trump because the media has told you to hate Trump. That's unfortunate because he's actually the solution. He's actually the non-politician. He's actually the only possible person who would set up term limits, right, Ronald? None of these other people are going to set up term limits. Trump is the only one who wants to go back home. These other idiots want to stay up there and get rich. And I love you guys who want to talk about Trump lied. Hillary lied to the FBI and then lied to the media about lying to the FBI. Hillary lied to a Gold Star mother to her face. And you want to be worried about what Mr. Trump sort of said peripherally about Mr. Khan. Hillary lied to a gold-starred mother about to her face about why her son died, and then when the mother accused her of telling that lie, told all of America that maybe the mother didn't remember. I will ignore that. I will, because it's ridiculous propaganda so that you will hate a man just because the political elites want you to fear him. So they stay in power. The political elites want you to believe all about that. Hillary is not smart enough to shut up about anything. She's not even smart enough to keep the Russians from hacking her private server. Her emails are in the hands of the Chinese, the Russians, and every other rogue nation. And you want to put us further at risk. Why? Because the media told you to hate somebody. So it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But you're welcome to do that. You are welcome to do that. And you know what, gentlemen? What you should do is we should continue the conversation. I probably will block you guys because you're kind of rude and you don't really let anybody listen, and you just kind of just blather on. You don't really contribute to the conversation or engage in conversation. So I'll probably block you from, let me see. Oh, I can go back and check who you are anyway. From the Periscope cast, just because, dude, seriously, don't be a troll. But you can find me on Twitter, and then I can probably block you from there too. That'll be fun. But you know where I won't block you is the email. You can send me email. You can send me all the email you want to. You can type email. You do know that? You can type an email instead of interjecting everybody's show. TrumpTalkUS@gmail.com. Absolutely opposite. No, I block people who troll. So you can watch all the other shows. I guess you could troll those. You could go and comment little trolls. And you should look up the definition of trolling. www.trumptalkus. There's also a lot of other episodes that specifically speak about all the positions. And you know what I find interesting is that a lot of the people who are considered haters, they're far more interested in what Trump said than they are what Hillary did. Trump may have said this or said that. He may have said a few mean things. He may have insulted a few people. But Hillary made people die. She destroyed several countries with her and Obama's military policy in the Middle East. She lied to the FBI. She has put government secrets at risk and put herself at risk and the United States government should she become president, because the Russians and the Chinese and all these other nations have her emails and her information, have her over a barrel, and can blackmail her at any moment. At any moment. Do you see how you just keep... This is what the haters do. They just talk about something else. As soon as you make a good point and you prove them wrong, they go, oh, what about this other thing? Let me tell you a story before I go. Since there's so many people... You want to hear a story? Okay, I'm going to take that as a yes. So today I was talking to one of my liberal friends who, of course, hates Trump and assumes he's a racist, probably just like you guys. Assume Trump's a racist because they listen to the media. And so I asked him, I said, why is Trump a racist? Just give me your evidence why you think Trump is a racist. And he said, well, I need you to tell me if you believe the moon landing was false or true. Because if you think it was false, I won't tell you the answer. I wish I was kidding that was actually... You see... You all just keep distracting. You just straw man to death. As soon as someone proves you wrong, you just start with some other bullshit, frankly. So as a person, look, I'm happy to engage in discussion as you just go about your business. I'm happy to engage in discussion. But where I find it absolutely ridiculous is you don't actually engage in discussion. You say ridiculous questions, you get answered, and then you don't respond with the answer. You respond with some other completely irrelevant and unrelated comment. And then demand that the other person set up the conversation for you. Look, we've had probably about a good 20 minutes now of several topics. So what I'm going to do, like I do at the end of the show every time, we put on the music. I'm just going to say, haters, we love you, but try to not be such... crazy people. Try to just have dialogue. That's all any of us could ask. Instead of yelling and insulting everybody, why don't you have a dialogue again? If you want to talk about make America great, if I could make anything great, you know what's not great anymore? Do you know what's not great? Do you know what's not great right there? Do you know what's not great? having to deal with people who insult you all the time and refuse to listen to any facts or ask you any questions. They just attack you because you support Trump, but they have no information. That's what's not great anymore. We're crazily partisan divided. So, you know what I want to make great again? I want to make America great again by insisting that all of you people who have decided that Trump is the devil are going to have to deal with some people who think you're crazy and will continue to calmly and politely tell you that you're wrong and Trump is actually the best choice. So, that's what we're going to do. And that, folks, is our show. It's me. It's Lil Trumpy. It's Donald J. Trump. Still doing great. Plowing ahead. Keep getting out the vote, you guys. Keep talking to your friends. Keep turning over those moderates and independents. We are going to win this election as long as we put the work in. Love all of you Trump people. All of my Trump brothers and sisters. See you tomorrow.